Money 2.0 presents M&M, the Premier Fair for entrepreneurs, business owners, and business leaders. With marketing experts Brandon Heights and Mike Triggers. Get ready to unleash and launch because they're going to blow your mind. Now, here are Brandon Heights and Mike Triggers on Money 105.5.
Good morning. In the now, Money 105.5. And it's spring break. For a lot of us, that doesn't mean much because most entrepreneurs have 7 Mondays they live through, but it's spring break. My kids are out, my cousins are over, my aunts and uncles have been coming by. We've been having people at the house almost every day. But spring break is here, so those of you out there enjoying it, congratulations.
It is a beautiful day.
Yes, I've been in shorts the last 3 days. It's been great being able to relax, enjoy the sunshine. Everything's going pretty smooth out here in Sacramento.
Have you been doing webinars in your pajamas again?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the ride up today. It was a very beautiful day.
Yeah,
easy
really.
going. Traffic was easy. Everything was good.
It was very dramatic from the huge rain all the way to sunshine. Then rain, then sunshine, then a half day of rain, then sunshine. It was like, wow, this is an Indian summer.
I know. What's up with that?
It's just the weather, man.
Something.
Somebody told me a while back ago, if we just repeated February 1 month, just repeat the month 1 year, all of our stuff would line back up because we're so far off. I remember every year in November there was tons of snow, and then it was Christmas, and now it was January. This year it was February. February we had snow and everybody's on the mountain. But with springtime comes allergies, and somehow mine are kicking in today. Yesterday they got me. I've been taking my Zyrtec and just kind of getting ready for summer to come and being careful when I mow my lawn because the allergies eat me alive here in Sacramento.
Yeah, it's been a good, I have really bad, hay fever, but it's been okay so far. I cross my fingers, right?
Yeah.
The more we get towards the summertime, the more that I'll run into that problem, I think. But oh, yeah. So today's topic, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about everything, life, business, how to get yourself together, strategies, what you're going to do to actually move forward in life. And today we have a special guest in studio, Rich Green, the Iron Man business coach. And we're going to be introducing him completely later in the segment, but we're going to be talking a lot about powerful techniques, strategies, things that inspire you to move forward. How do you break through walls if you don't have strategies?
Yeah, you need to have a plan, right? And you need to have a backup plan. You need to have these strategies in place. We plan everything in our life for birthday or wedding. It's called a business plan. But, a lot of people, believe it or not, they shotgun it. They in business. And, they originally started with some type of plan, but then after that, they don't keep up or keep on it. And when I'm running my business, we've talked about this in the past, I look at my 1 year goals, but I break everything down in 90-day increments, 90-day blitzes. And then I look at my month to month and then my week to week. And then what's my DMO, my daily method of operation? What am I doing daily? The 7 things I need to do to make sure my business succeeds or goes to the next level for me to achieve my weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly goals.
Yeah, you have to. So I was reading this morning, somebody post, one of the people I follow, and it said, the different success habits of people who are successful and those who fail is a lot of people are reactive without a plan. Mm-hmm. And then some people are really proactive with the plan. And earlier I said break through walls. Well, if you have a good strategy, you can go around the wall. There's no reason to break through it. The strategy will allow you to move to the left, follow the corner around, and next thing you know, you're on the other side of the wall. And the ones that don't have those strategies, they just keep hitting that wall, hoping that it'll break down. And sooner or later, maybe it does break down. But how much time has passed? So powerful techniques and strategies are really how you're going to move forward in life. But in general, we're going to jump into this show, and we're going to talk about a lot of strategies. And we've got Rich Green here in studio. But, it's springtime. It's fun. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt today, and I'm so happy about it. I can walk around in a t-shirt in my yard, and I'm stoked because Sacramento is built like that. We have good weather. How's it going with you, Rich?
It's going awesome, and I, too, am enjoying the day.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the planning, one of the things that, folks should be doing is in marketing, right, in their marketing plan.
Yeah.
One is they need to have a 12-month plan, and then they need to know what they're doing today that they're going to launch in 3 days. So
Yep.
what kind of content creation, what kind of content development for their marketing? Maybe it's more memes, maybe it's a sales funnel, maybe it's running press releases. Everything should be created now, developed between now and next month, and launched in the third month. And then you do the same thing next month. What are we doing now for 3 months from now? And so having that 12-month calendar and really just planning out your marketing saves you so much time, so much money, energy. And, you know, there's every month, there's some type of celebration going on, right? We just had the puppy day, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then you had St. Patrick's, you've got Easter coming up, you've got Mother's Day, right? Every month has something to where you can promote around and celebrate. So you got to look at what those are. You got to look at what those each month is, and what's the holiday or celebration that's happening, and build something around it, right?
You see what he's doing here? He's building strategies.
Strategies. You like that?
Yeah.
So we've got our special guest in, and talking about strategies. He's had a pretty big strategy, and I can't wait to hear the story. Dr. Richard Green, you've been corporate sales. You're a top-selling author. You do a lot of speaking and coaching, but I think the unique thing that's really cool is you're a 5-time triathlon athlete. Like you've gone out, and before the show, you talked about going out and doing this, but you weren't always there, right? You weren't. Right. There was a reason why you went there, and when we come back in a little bit, we're going to go to break here in about 2 minutes. But tell us, like, how'd you get to that point? Like, what was it that drove you to get up one morning and say, I'm going to be an Ironman?
Mike, I tell you, I wish I could say that it was planning, just like you've been talking about. But unfortunately, it happened like it does to a lot of other people. It was one of those health wake-up calls. And, it started with me at the doctor's office, and I asked him a question, and he didn't answer.
Wow.
And the question was, am I going to have a heart attack? And I asked him again. And he said, no. Stroke, maybe. And so my blood pressure was 209 over 107.
Wow.
And yeah, so it was definitely serious stuff. And that was the impetus for me to begin a journey that we're going to talk about later.
Wow. So when that happened, I mean, you must have gone away and said, what's my plan? So you started thinking about, like, what do I got to do? Because you've got to make a decision at this point. It's life or death.
Right.
So
yeah.
Shock factor.
Yeah.
It was shock factor, indeed.
Well, we're going to go to commercial here. This is Mike Driggers and Brandon Heinz on Money Talk 105 on In the Now.
Special guest.
With our special guest, Dr. Richard Green, or Richard Green is how you like it. And when we get back, we're going to get more into the story and the Ironman success.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or how about the one that says, mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Heinz, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at AskBrandonForFree.com. That's AskBrandonForFree.com.
Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app with Brandon Heinz and Mike Driggers in the now.
Welcome back.
We were having a party.
Yeah, always. This is what the show's about, More
Having
business,
fun.
more life, gaining your life by designing your business correctly. So, Rich, why don't you tell us a little bit about the story? So we heard before the break that you went to the doctor.
Yeah.
And he said the blood pressure's so high.
Yeah.
And
not a heart attack.
Not a heart attack, but maybe a stroke.
Maybe a
Yeah.
stroke.
Yeah. I don't know which is worse, but I thought that was worse.
Yeah. Actually,
So-
sounds worse to me.
Yeah.
A heart attack sounds like, oh, my heart. And the stroke sounds like I'm paralyzed.
Well,
I'm in the hospital
your heart
bed.
attack, you might not survive. A stroke, you might survive, and you might not want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a wake up call indeed, and I knew I needed to do something. So Mike, back to that planning thing. That's sort of when it started. You know, it was like I got to get a plan, and I didn't really know what that was. I just knew I needed to lose some weight. So that weight was about 50 pounds, and you know, so I was about 50 pounds heavier then, and really high blood pressure. So I thought, well, exercise, that'll do it, right? I didn't
Right.
think about eating differently. That didn't come till years later, but it was exercise. I needed a lot of exercise, and so I'm a swimmer, and I'm also type A. You know, I'm really competitive. So anything I do, I've got to just go
Full
all
out.
the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I wasn't going to just do some swim. I found this 12.5-mile swimmer on Key West, and I thought that's what I'm going to do. And I started training myself, and quickly learned that I wasn't going to make it, and I needed a different plan. And that's when I got a coach. And so, you know, we talked about the importance of coaching.
Yeah.
And
mentoring.
in anything you do. So I got a coach, and Coach Carrie Dwayne, she got me on this program, this exercise program, and I went out and I did a lot of swimming. But she said, you know, you should do some cross training. You should ride a bike. You have a bike? And I go, no, I haven't ridden since I was 16 years old, and I could drive.
Right.
Why would I want to ride a bike?
Right.
What kind of plan is that?
Yeah.
So I got
Sounds like exercise.
yeah, well, it turned out to be a lot of exercise. So I got a bike. And then she said, you know, you should do some running too. Do you like to run? I said, I hate running. I know that sounds crazy for an Ironman triathlete, but I hate running. So I started running. And then she tricked me into the whole triathlon thing. So some guys are doing this thing, and you should try it.
Uh-oh.
And
Here comes the type A personality.
So yeah, you know how it is. You know, one thing led to another, and I did a short little Olympic distance triathlon, and I said, well, might as well go all the way. So the next one I did was the Ironman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how'd you do on your first one?
Well, that's an interesting story, but and actually that leads me to the whole thing about formulas. You know, they were talking about planning, and Brandon, before the show started, you and I were talking about success formulas and those kinds of things, and how important they are.
Yeah.
And so, let's just say I finished. I did it, and I finished. And the timeline for an Ironman triathlon is 17 hours. Now, I know it sounds, you know, amazing that you'd have to actually race for 17 hours, but if you don't finish in 17 hours, you didn't make it.
Wow.
And I finished in 16 hours and 47 minutes.
Wow.
So it wasn't a great performance,
Success.
but it was success because my
Yeah.
goal was to finish.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was a success for you, right?
Right.
I mean, the fact that you accomplished it. So, but and it takes a strong mindset to do something like that.
Indeed. In fact, that's how I discovered that mindset was more important than talent or skill or any of the other things, the physical ability that I was training for, because I just told you I wasn't in great shape.
Sure.
And, you know, I'm a 56-year-old guy, and I started this 5 years ago. And so you're right. That particular race was a tough one. I chose Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, because it was beautiful and the course was nice, and I thought the weather's going to be good. Guess what happened?
It snowed.
Well,
Or it was extremely hot.
The opposite.
It was
Yeah,
extremely hot,
They had
yeah.
a 50-year high.
Oh, my
It was
gosh.
108 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
And over 500 people ended up in the hospital, and 23% of the people that started the race didn't finish, and I was almost one of those people. But that's, you know, when I learned it was really about mindset, because it wasn't my physical ability that carried me over the finish line.
Well, I'm sure you had a lot of mind chatter going on during that time and have to bust through that. So, okay, so now you've done your first one, and you said, okay, now I got to figure this out, right? And then you went and you've done it 5 times. So what is the Ironman success formula? Because you've built a whole program around this concept, the Ironman formula, success formula,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And so what is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because that's the really important question about the whole success, which is skills aren't enough. Okay, so I'm a 30-year sales professional, and over those 30 years, you know, I've tried lots of different things, and I've got techniques and skills that I perfected, then refined, and that I use, and those are some of the things that I teach. But as we just talked about, skill isn't enough. You know,
Right.
what happens when you're faced with really difficult challenges? You got to have the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And back to that first race, that's where I learned how important it was. Not just because I crossed the finish line, because I still didn't get it. It was the next day. The next day, I ran across another triathlete who had his wristband on. We all have our wristbands on, and we're all marked up with our ages written on our calves. And I saw this guy, and he was 25 years younger, and he had his wristband on. I said, "How did it go?" And he said, "I didn't make it."
Wow.
And I thought, well, what happened? And he went on to tell me that, you know, he's a pretty fast runner. He runs a sub 8-minute mile for a marathon, and that's pretty good. He's 25 years younger. He looked a lot stronger, but he got sick. He started, he got physically ill, and he had 6 miles to go. And I said, "How much longer did you have?" He said, "I had 2 hours."
Oh my gosh.
And I thought about it after a conversation. I said, I would have crawled, 6 miles if I had 2 hours. And that was what it hit me. I was actually in the bathroom washing my hands, looking in the mirror, and looked at I just was beat up. And I realized, here's this guy, 25 years, younger than me, faster, stronger, and he didn't make it, and I did. What was the difference?
The mindset.
It was the mindset.
Absolutely.
And that's when I realized that also all the successes I had in business were mindset. I just didn't make that connection until that race in the next day. So I've taken those 50 success principles that I've got, the skills that I teach, and I've married them with 10 very powerful mindset principles, and that's the formula. That's the formula. So I'm a researcher, so I actually went and interviewed. I've got over 100 video interviews with Ironman triathletes, amateurs and professionals, and that's how I came up with this 10-point principle.
Wow. Wow. Well, so in the mindset, I always have this thing called PEER, which is plan, execute, evaluate, and repeat.
Yeah.
Right. So you've gone through this process, and now you've developed these 10 principles. What are those 10 principles so that our audience can hear that? Give us some even if it's the top
Just
5,
give us the
something.
sneak peek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give
Sure.
me that one of these now. This we're gonna grab this book right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of books, and you
Yeah.
guys got some copies of them. And I'm actually going to open up the Ironman Mind book of quotes, because I'm really big into inspiration, and so I've got a quote book that I put together that's around these 10 mindset principles.
Okay.
And so let's just I don't know. Let's pick a couple of them out here. So I'll read through them real quick, and then you guys grab one that you really think is meaningful. Determined. So these are the things that an Ironman mind is: helpful, optimistic, insightful, organized. They're inclusive. They're able to sacrifice. They're focused on what they want to go after. They have appreciation for what they have. And finally, they've got courage. And so these 10 principles, I've been able to bridge the gap from athletics into business. And so each of these principles has sort of a different story behind them, and a lot of these stories came out of the research that I did with other Ironman triathletes.
So using what you learned from these triathlon athletes, you've developed a whole program. What was it that made you go into this type of business? You were doing sales in the corporate world? Is that what you're saying?
I've been in a lot of different industries. I've been, as I said, a 30-year sales professional.
Sure.
So not just selling one thing, but many, many different things, from consumer products to high tech and and surgical equipment and everything in between.
So what made you go here? So you because you discovered this, and after all the research, and decided that you wanted to speak and coach others in business using these principles. What was it that?
What was the turning point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the turning point was, and I've always loved teaching, and I've taught at university level, at graduate business level in the past, and as an adjunct professor at a number of different universities, and so I like to teach and I like to help others. And I think, learning and discovering this mindset principle and realizing that it took me 30 years to get there, I didn't want other people to have to spend 30 years to do it. There's no reason why they should.
Yeah.
So Brandon, as you and I were talking about, there's a formula for everything. And so if I've got this formula and I've helped lots and lots of executives using these principles, if I've got this formula, why shouldn't I be out there sharing it and helping other people? And so it's a passion that I have. And it was just natural for me to make that shift.
So what's the one thing that people don't know about, what you do or your industry that they should know?
Wow. A lot of people don't understand the value of a coach. And I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, which we hype on quite a bit because, I agree with you. I mean, a lot of folks don't understand. And for a long time, I didn't understand. My coaches were books or audio tapes, but...
And those are good.
Yes.
Good start.
It's a good start, but actually working with the coach, I think that's, where my life changed drastically. And now I've got 5 different coaches that I work with on a regular basis, right?
And me as well. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't be a coach without having a coach.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, and, I have this quote that every master is a disaster before they became a master, right?
Right.
And the best way is to go out and teach what you know to master it. Right.
Agreed.
And so, but having a coach speeds up a process, and and it reduces all the headaches and things that most people will run into.
It really does. And I think in our society we feel like we should be self-sufficient and we can do everything, but that's a real mistake, because then you spend a lot of time, like I did, 25, 30 years trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Instead of shortening that cycle, that learning cycle, and learning from those who've gone before you, because they've learned the formula.
So every time you reach out for a coach or a mentor or attend one of these seminars, you're collapsing the time frame of you getting there.
Yeah.
You're learning these strategies that are going to take you to that next level. So right now in studio with Rich Green, those of you that are just joining us, this is the Ironman Mind. So what we're going over right now is this gentleman's journey to 5 times
Ironman triathlon, yeah.
Ironman
5
triathlon.
times.
He didn't get enough the first time.
And now he's teaching a course. So he has the two-day Ironman Sales Success Seminar that's going to be at the DoubleTree Hotel this April 25th and 26th. This is a 2-day course of powerful techniques, strategies, and inspiration that will accelerate your sales success for you in your business. So if you're looking to build some strategies, if you're looking to take it to the next level, definitely check out the website, ironmanmind.com. This is Rich Green here in studio, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about his course and how this thing's going to help you as a person and help you get to this next level. But the key point he just said is that coaching piece. Mm-hmm. Once you have that coach, you're going to find out how to get around that wall.
Which is all part of a plan.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of a strategy.
Yep.
So today in studio with Rich Green, we're having fun. In the Now Radio with Mike Driggers and Brandon Heinz and special guest Rich Green.
On
See you after the break.
105.5 Money Talk. We'll be back here shortly.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? Are you constantly limited by your health and you want to get a more natural solution? My name's Dr. Tim Smith, and I help families change the way they view and manage their health at New Life Chiropractic every single day, getting natural solutions for common healthcare issues. If you want to learn more about how you can start changing your life for the better, visit our office at newlifechiropracticrockland.com or call 916-259-2682 and start changing the health of your family today.
Parents, do you want your kids to listen to you more? Bosses, do you want your employees to be more engaged? Salespeople, do you want your customers to be more inclined to say yes? I'm Rena Bonicio from the Impact Hour, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Let's explore some simple changes you can make to get the responses you want from people. Schedule your free discovery session with me at theimpacthour.com.
Making some simple changes in yourself can make a dramatic difference in your relationships. Schedule your free discovery session at theimpacthour.com. Some assembly required.
Have you secured your family's financial future? Are you approaching your own retirement and seeking relief from those unexpected financial burdens like long-term care? Why not leave your legacy to the next generation instead? You can count on Family Heritage Group to help you prepare for your future your way. Remember, knowledge is power, so call Ed Outland's Family Heritage Group today at 967-3500, 967-3500 for a free life-changing consultation. Family Heritage Group, your solution to bridging the generations.
Victory Christian School K through 12 has been a steadfast establishment in the Sacramento community for the past 55 years. Open enrollment has just begun for new students, and Victory Christian would love for you to take a peek at the best kept secret in Carmichael. Academics, sports, the arts, and computer applications are just a few of the subjects at this Christ-centered school. To learn more, visit the open house Friday, April 27th at 6:30 p.m. Visit online at victorycs.org. victorycs.org.
Have you ever heard the statement, mindset is everything? I believe this statement to be true. If you're ready to grow in your business or you're trying to change things in your life, mindset is key. I'm Brandon Heinz, and I've helped thousands of my clients set their mindset in the right direction to allow them to achieve their goals and to make changes in their lives. You can have what you want. Let's stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back with my help.
Coming back right after this.
AskBrandonforfree.com. That's AskBrandonforfree.com.
The #1 show for entrepreneurs. This is In the Now, part of the Money 2.0 series on Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app.
Welcome back, Spring Breakers.
Welcome back. If you are listening, you are getting a massive dose of gold nuggets. We just were talking with Dr. Richard Green. He was talking about the 10 principles for his formula for the Ironman success. And so, Richard, tell us, so you developed this formula. Give me an example of how you used this in what you do today. What's a good example of this formula?
Well, let me give you two, if I may.
Okay.
I'll talk one about the athletic side of things, and I'll talk about the business side of things.
Okay.
Okay. So, and it's the same principle. So I talked about the 10 principles, and the one that I'm going to choose is organized. So we'll talk about organization. Organization is so incredibly important. So if you think about the fact that the Ironman Triathlon is a 140.6 mile race, and for your listeners who don't know what that is, it's 2.4 mile swim. And when you're done with that, you do a 112-mile bike ride. And when you're done with both of those things, then you run a marathon.
Wow.
So you really have to know what you're going to do at every single moment of that race. When you're going to eat, when you're going to drink, how much, how many calories you're going to take in, how fast you're going to run or swim or bike. You have to monitor all of those things for the entire race.
Yeah.
And so here's the power of having a plan and being organized. 2 years ago, I did Ironman Nice, France,
okay,
which was just an absolutely beautiful course in the French Alps, and just fantastic. So I was coming down in my time, but this is a pretty tough course. So I had 15 hours as my goal to finish that race. 15 hours. And I finished the race in 15 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, I was only 6 minutes out of all those hours, 6 minutes off my goal. That's the power of the plan. It came almost right down to the minute. And this had all been planned in advance, and I knew exactly what I was going to do. So you need to be able to do that. Even when you're feeling like you can ride faster or run faster, you can't. You got to stick to your plan. And it's the same thing in business. Mike, I loved how you were talking about doing your yearly plan for marketing, and then boiling that down into 90-day, increments. And I forgot what do you call it?
Yeah, so the 90-day blitz.
90-day blitz, yeah.
And then from there, the week to week, or the month to month, then week to week, and day to day.
It's
daily actions.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing as what you do in a race. I mean, you have to have a plan in business. You have to have a plan in life, because if you don't, you're just going to wander aimlessly.
Yeah, you're just living by means.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know you're not already there? You don't have a plan.
Well, that's true. That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
How do you celebrate the success if you're just living in it?
Yeah.
So, the principle of being organized is probably one of the most important principles, Ironman principles. In fact, almost every executive that I work with, this is one of the things that we focus on. Is how do you just organize your day? How do you start your day?
How do you own your day?
Great. Absolutely. How do you own your day? What do you visualize the day is going to be like?
Yeah.
Because if you can't see it, you can't achieve it, right?
Right.
And these are things that happen to us on this show. Like, I had reviewed your bio last month, and I saw it again last week. But then yesterday in one of our mentorship calls, it was literally about owning your day and organizing your day. Why are you even selling? What are you selling? What is the intent of you selling?
Yeah.
And knowing that and owning your day is just putting everything in a powerful perspective that gives you the strategy that you can actually win. And that's what it's about. So your course, it's coming up. How do they find it?
Real simple. You can go to that website that you talked about earlier, ironmanmind.com, and find the button to click on, or you can go directly to optimizeyoursales.com. Optimizeyoursales.com, and there's a couple of different great registration choices.
Yeah, I noticed here you're giving a promo code to our listeners for VIP admission.
I am. Yeah, they'll get $150 off the registration. The VIP admission is it's probably packed with over $1,000 worth of extra goodies. So check that out for sure. And again, that's just for your listeners.
So optimizeyoursales.com.
Optimizeyoursales.com, and the coupon code is
In the Now 150.
In now 150.
In the Now 150 gets you $150 off your ticket to this event, April 25th and 26th at the DoubleTree Hotel in Rancho Cordova. It's a 2-day event, the Ironman Sales Success Seminar with Dr. Richard Green.
And we've got some great speakers that are lined up to be there.
Nice.
If you do the VIP.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there is more. If you sign up for the VIP, you've got a opportunity to a great lunch. It includes lunch, includes a package of all sorts of great success materials that you can use to create unstoppable success in your
Extra
business.
books you're throwing in, Peak Performance Accelerator.
Yeah, there's going to be a speaker there that I'm excited to hear. Me.
You.
Yeah.
And Mike Triggers will be one of the speakers there.
Talking about authority marketing, right? And positioning, authority positioning. And so, yeah, you definitely got to go.
Yeah, we're excited to have you there because the very first chapter in my book, and oh, by the way, I'll be coming out with my sales book during that same week, so everybody who comes will get a copy of that. But the very first chapter in that book is branding yourself, personal branding, the importance of it. And I know you've got a lot to say about that. So.
Yeah.
And you've been doing a lot of it. We got 5 books here. One more coming out.
One more coming out.
Congratulations.
Love it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So, I mean, this is going to be a powerful event for you guys. As you can tell, this man has a lot of heart. He really learned by doing. He's a mentor. He's a coach. He's got all these books out here that are helping you get to that next level because these same principles that these people use to do the Ironman. Like, I would literally have to go through a full mindset reconditioning to be able to pull one of these things off.
Oh, absolutely.
If I could. Maybe I'm not even in the shape that I need to, but the mindset is everything. You guys hear all my commercials I do, everything that we preach nowadays is just finding that mindset to conquer what you need, but having the strategies.
So what are some of the things that they're going to learn outside of me teaching authority marketing, right? What are they going to learn at this event?
Well, we're going to, and thanks for asking that, Mike, because we'll be covering a lot of those 50 tactics, those strategies that I've developed over 30 years. So there's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be some really practical things that people will be able to apply immediately to their business. And I think, if you've got 2 or 3 of these strategies, at all the 50 that you take and that you own
and you implement,
and that's the most important piece. I can point to any one of these and say if you do one of these things that you got a pretty good likelihood of you're interested in sales and you're a sales professional or you're a business owner, you can increase your sales by 30 to 40% as a start. As a start. So they're very, very powerful things. We've got speakers that are going to come in and talk about how to use LinkedIn. That's a really powerful business networking tool that a lot of people aren't maximizing.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery around LinkedIn. It's like one of the unknown social, but it's there, right?
It's there, and if you know how to tap into it, it's very powerful. We've got a speaker that's going to cover the thing that most salespeople hate, including myself.
What's that?
Which is cold calling.
Ah.
How to be an effective cold caller. And Brandon, back to the mindset. It really is mindset.
Yeah.
You can have a script and you can have skills, but if you don't have the right mindset to pick up that phone and say the right things and have the right attitude, you're not going to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in sales because you're dealing with a lot of objections and, people rescheduling or, you got quotas, you got certain things.
You hear all those mindsets blocking in?
No, I'm just saying this is what people go through, right?
Yeah, they do.
This is the mind chatter that they have to deal with. So how do you break through that? And that is having the proper mindset and maybe using some of the formulas that you're going to be teaching.
Yeah, we'll also talk a lot about mindset. We've got a couple of speakers that are going to talk about mindset and how they use it and how you can use it really effectively in your life. Even if you're not in sales, we all face those disappointments in life, right? And so how do you get past those and move forward? Salespeople just have, it's just amplified. The no's that they get, and that's all about getting no's until you get to that yes. But how do you have the right mindset to overcome those things that don't quite go your way?
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a lot of that as well.
So who's this not for? A whiner?
This is not for a whiner. This is not for someone who just wants to, I guess,
kick the tires,
drifting along in life.
Yeah.
As I said, 2 or 3 of these principles that you'll learn, if you take them and apply them, just 2 or 3, it'll dramatically change your business and your life.
And folks, you've heard us talk, Brandon and I talk about that, if you improve just 1% every day, right? That's 365% difference by the end of the year. So what are you doing to improve? This is a great opportunity to take advantage. And if you're in business or even in sales, it doesn't matter, right? This is if you're just general life, you should come to learn, right? Because I think it's some of the great principles and the speakers that are going to be there is going to be amazing.
And you know what? The very modest investment will pay itself multiple fold.
Sure.
I love what you just said about, I call it incremental learning, 1%. And I did a little calculation once since I've been a professor. If you were to take 30 minutes a day, every single day, just 30 minutes towards your personal growth, at the end of the year, that would be equal to 3 college classes, including all the outside study.
Wow.
So
that's 30 minutes a day, you said.
30 minutes a day.
Now that's us. We're learning this right now as coaches. So if you see the big shift in all the coaches that are out there, right?
Right.
They are all realizing it's mindset. But back in the old days, remember, it was like, learn this technique, get your Rolodex out, do this, and this is how you're going to be successful in sales. Well, now we know. We've learned. All of us as business entrepreneurs, owners, we know that the mindset has to be there. You can't show up halfway.
You can't. And you know what? Mindset, I'm going to say, is more important than skills.
Yeah.
Because you can always learn skills, but mindset really is what drives everything.
Hey, you could have all the skills in the world, but you don't have the proper mindset. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Right? It keeps you from putting those skills into play.
It's that brilliant mind that talks to nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So tell them again how they get a hold of this event and how they go register. Let them know.
So it's this is an easy one to remember. OptimizeYourSales.com. www.optimizeyoursales.com. Just go there. You can check it out. We've got a little video that talks more about what you're going to get in the event. Click on a button and register.
Yeah, and for our listeners, do not forget, In the Now 150 gets you $150 off the ticket.
Yes, sir. Want to take advantage of that? Take that savings. You take that savings and now put that into an investment.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime you save on something, I don't care if it's $1, put it into an investment because you would have normally spent that money. Right? If you were going to spend it and you got that savings.
Another plan.
Another plan.
I don't remember that.
Another strategy.
Strategy, right? I learned that from one of my coaches, right? So,
yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm actually excited to be there. I know that the folks are going to be learning a lot of these principles, a lot of speakers. Actually, the LinkedIn marketing sounds pretty amazing as well.
Yeah.
What questions or what question did we not ask that we should have?
About mindset or about skills or about the event or
anything.
The one question we should
have asked.
Well, okay. So here's the thing that I find really important, which is this is how people will phrase it. How do I manage my time? Because you talk about how do you develop yourself?
Yeah.
How do I manage my time? And you can't. You can only manage the activities that go in. We all have the same 24 hours, right? But some people manage those activities, the things they do in those times so much better than others. And I think that's a really important thing that people should pay attention to. Back to that 30 minutes a day, a lot of people say, well, I don't have time. I can't find 30 minutes a day, and I guarantee you, anybody can find 30 minutes a day. Turn off the TV.
Absolutely. And how much better are you going to be?
Right.
There's one of those limited beliefs, I don't have the time, right, to learn.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to improve myself. So we're going to commercial break at 105.5 Money Talk with Mike Driggers, Brandon Heights in the now. And we want to welcome and thank you, Richard, for being here. We're excited to be able to see your event. But we're going to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk more, Brandon and I, about mindset.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over
Quick
again,
break,
expecting
stand
a different
by, 30
result.
seconds.
Or how about the one that says mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Hines, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at AskBrandonForFree.com. That's AskBrandonForFree.com.
Now back to In the Now with Brandon Heights and Mike Driggers on Money 105.5's Money 2.0.
Welcome back. For those of you who were with us, you know we had Dr. Richard Green here in the studio, and on a Facebook Live, he's still hanging out with us, and we definitely want you guys to check out his course coming up. It's a beautiful course. Just from the strategic stuff that I've read about the course, I can't wait to attend.
So what did you learn or pick up from this that kind of stuck with you?
Well, really right at the end, 30 minutes a day could change your life.
Yep.
30 minutes a day, resetting your mindset, strategizing yourself, personal growth, just 30 minutes. Like when we were on break, he said to me, did you know the average American watches 35 hours of television a week?
That's crazy.
That's like a full-time job.
Exactly. Well, it is. It's called a couch potato, right?
And I'm one of those guys that likes to check out at night and watch a movie. So I was sitting there in my mind thinking, do I watch 35 hours of TV? No.
And look, I like having background noise going, so I'll be listening to personal development all day sometimes, and other days I just maybe an hour, but I'll have the TV running in the background so I can just have background noise for me, right? But like you, I'm a movie buff, and so it helps me relax actually because my mind is constantly going.
Yeah.
And that's the only way. Like I don't know what it was, but last night I just could not sleep. And I got to get up early and drive an hour to be here an hour early to set up everything, and I just could not get to sleep. I didn't go to bed till like 3 o'clock, right?
Nice.
My mind was just going and going and going of all the stuff that we need to do and things to prepare and so on.
Your 90-day blitz was running through the mind.
It was, man. It was going full speed. But the point is that I had to get up and just zone out on a movie, and finally I got tired and.
Then the rest of the story was written.
Yep, and I was snoozing. I was snoring up a storm. I was competing with the boss, Otis the Pug.
Yeah, he was snoring, you were snoring.
So we were
like, I will win this race.
Yes.
So today was great. I mean, I love the fundamentals that are behind this, the techniques, the strategies, but what was most important to me was the mindset. I know this from being a coach. I know this from the seminars that you'll run into people that believe that so-and-so's business is doing better because they do this kind of stuff, and that's not fair. Well, that's a mindset. What can you maintain and control by self? What can be maintained and controlled by you, and how you build those strategies into your mindset is how you grow to that next level. If you're constantly worrying about what someone else is doing or how their marketing works, it's great to look at people's success plans and then model them. But to worry about them is a whole nother ballgame. Focusing your mindset to move forward and building strategies that are going to grow your business is the whole reason why we built the Design It course. That's why we're on this radio show. That's why we had Richard in the studio today, is because these little formulas that you learn are the one little increment, that 1% change that's going to change your business and allow you to design your business to gain more life. And that's what's most important. I love the fact that Easter is going to be fun this Sunday because I don't have to work. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that it's been spring break and my nieces and nephews and everybody's over and I can go work a half day and come home and I can take a day off if I need to. But because we've planned it, right? We've got these strategies. Like he said, he wanted to finish the marathon in 15 hours and it was 15 hours and 6 minutes. That means his planning was pretty damn good.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah. So the strategies were there.
And you may be already aware of mindset, and this is just a refresher for you, but the question is what have you done lately to improve upon it? right? You need to ask yourself that question. What have I done lately? If you're listening to the show, that's one step. I mean, I love this show because we bring in all different types of people, and we improve every single time. Like I can go back through and name certain things like the gratitude switch, and then if they feel the vibe, they become part of your tribe, and all these things.
Looking in the mirror and being honest with yourself. All the things that we've had, and we're learning from it.
Exactly.
These are things that we're growing from. This is our 30 minutes a day personal development.
Yeah. So I mean, taking advantage of this show and being part of it, these events, these speakers or the guests have, and even including ours, we've got 2 of them coming up, right? We have the Design It course, which design your life around your business, and that's in April 20th, 21st, 22nd, and you can go to designitcourse.com to see that, and it's Design 105. Is it?
Yeah, Design It 105 is your free promo ticket for all of our listeners. So if you go to the designitcourse.com and go through the checkout, right there at the very end when they say, hey, it's time for you to pay, you use our promo code DesignIt105 and get a free ticket to our course. It's 3 days here at the Hyatt in Roseville, and we're going to basically be teaching you how to design your business to gain your life.
Absolutely, which is important because most people, they work inside their business, not on their business, which is a major mindset.
Yeah.
Right? They're so involved in their business that they're losing traction when they need to be working on their business. The other one that we have is coming up May 4th, 5th, and 6th, which is Instant Authority Now. So if you're looking to take and create a fame factor out of your business or you as an individual and want to go to the next level and quickly establish authority in your niche, then you definitely want to go to this event. And it's InstantAuthoritySecrets.com. Again, that's InstantAuthoritySecrets.com. And if you use the same code, DesignIt105.5, you'll be able to get tickets for that event as well. So there's 3 events that over the next month and a half that you could literally improve your mindset.
Personal development.
Absolutely. I mean, what if you walked away? I've always said this, one nugget, right? One nugget. I've gone to events and it was a refresher and it was great. And then I'm out networking and somebody says something and boom, it made a totally different impact in my business, right?
Yeah.
I've been to events where I picked up 100 gold nuggets, and so you just never know. But if you're just that 30 minutes a day or improving 1% a day, where are you going to be? What's your life going to be like? And that's what I liked about today's show is that, one, we talked about a plan, which is, and that's a mindset in itself. You've got to develop a plan.
Yeah.
Right? Where are you at? Every New Year's, I develop my plan. But I'm always evaluating, right? So like I said, PEER, plan, execute, evaluate, repeat. Right? That's exactly what I'm doing through everything that I do. And then, you've got to adjust like the river, as Bruce Lee said. What was that quote?
Be like water.
Be like water, right? You've got to flow with the times. Things happen. Changes happen. Industries happen. Weather, whatever it is, you've got to be like water and flow.
Yeah, we all seen it this winter. When the rain came down, it didn't stop. It came around the driveway, went over the driveway, went over the threshold of the door. It was blowing against the side of the house. Water doesn't stop. Be like water.
Mm-hmm.
Have a plan and flow.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to develop an Iron Man mindset.
I know I am.
I'm gonna go take advantage of Rich's event. I'm excited to actually be there, but also to be there to learn for the principles. I'm excited.
And that's why we all go. I mean, there's so many events, and I say this in our own event that. You're going to walk out of here with one huge piece. Even though there's 20 topics that are taught or 50 topics, there's going to be one that just smacks you right in the forehead. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're talking to me right now. And that's what I need to do.
Yep.
And then you leave that event, you implement that one thing. Now, the rest of it's still lodged in your subconscious mind. Like Mike said, you run into somebody and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I learned that. And that's what we're teaching in these mindset. Knowledge is simply knowing something that you leverage to your advantage. If you just have knowledge, then you might as well just be on Jeopardy or one of these shows that you go on where you ask all these off-the-wall questions about the 80s. And
but even that takes action.
And Mike yells out, Jody Watley, what have you done for me lately? But when you have this knowledge and you leverage it towards your business, then you're going to grow faster. And that's why when you come to the Design It course, or you attend the Rich Green's Ironman course, or any of these instant authority courses, we're going to give you a tidbit that you're going to take and you're going to run with that's going to make your business grow. And if your business grows, your life is going to change. If you want change in your life, you've got to make the right mindset changes and maneuvers to have that change.
Yeah, and by the way, we got to get somebody on to Stump the Chump. Right.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions coming in online, but we want you guys to submit some challenges. So if you go to AskBrandonNow.com, let's hear some of the marketing challenges you're facing, and we want to bring them on the air this next month.
Yeah.
I've already stockpiled about 7 of them I'm going to bring on, so we want some more. I want to hear some really good deep dives so we can spend an hour really deep diving in some of the problems.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear some of the challenges, because we've never ran into a situation where we didn't have a solution for.
And we do this every time at the Design It course. So those of you that are really interested in growing your business and like to come out to see us in April, go to designitcourse.com, use the promo code DesignIt105, and get a free ticket. And you can even have a guest register so you and a guest can come, maybe your admin, maybe your business colleague, any of them.
Yeah, I was going to just say that they get a guest. They get to bring a guest, right? So have them register as well. But, today was a great show. I'm excited. I'm energized and ready to go. And
I just love all the free books we got from.
I know. I can't wait to read them all. Right? We've got several.
Great. The Iron Man Mind, the 10 Commandments of Peak Performance, the 10 Commandments of Productive Meetings, the Science and Using Affirmations to Attract Strategies. These are all amazing. I thank you so much for the books today.
Yeah. So next week, we're going to get into some sales. I think we should talk about sales principles.
Yeah, we're going to have sales principles. We're going to go over some formats that we teach in the Design It course. We're really going to dig in. This whole month is sales.
So we'll talk to you next week. This is Mike Triggers.
Happy Spring Breakers. Yeah. This is Brandon Hines with guest in the studio, Rich Green. And thank you guys for being here today on Money 105.5 in the Now.
Bye for now.
Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento is having a little work done, but rest assured our sales, parts, and service departments are open to serve you during construction with smoke and lease opportunities on 2017s. How's $229 a month sound? Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento.
Being accused of a crime is not to be taken lightly. Being accused of a crime is a big deal. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or if you're guilty. There's just too much at stake for you and your loved ones. Hi, I'm Mike Chastain of the Chastain Law Office, and I've been practicing criminal defense for over 32 years, and I know what I'm talking about. My advice is don't take any chances. Before you do anything else, call me for a free consultation. We will discuss what happened and review your options. You need to know your choices so you can feel confident making the right decision. I take your concerns and your life seriously, and I want you to have the best possible outcome. Don't waste any time. Call me today for a free consultation. Call 916-932-7150. That's 932-7150. Or visit us at ChastainLaw.com. That's ChastainLaw.com for your free consultation. Let the Chastain